Hey kiddos, it's Miss Lepke here. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020, and I hope everybody had a great spring break and a nice little break from doing the online learning. I just want to remind you guys that when your parents are asking you to do an assignment, it's not really them asking you to do it, it's Miss Lepke, okay? The longer that we have to do this distance learning thing, which could be for the remainder of the year, we just have to really make sure that we're getting the assignments done that Miss Lepke's asking. So that we can stay on top of our learning and so that you're ready to go on to first grade. I know that it's weird how we're having to learn, but we're all in this together, and make sure that you're not fighting your parents when they ask you to do things, and that you're remembering it's really Miss Lepke asking you to do those things. And if I could be teaching you in person, it would be me having you do those things, okay? So this week we're going to learn about frogs. So I sent home a Let's Find Out on frogs, and I'm going to assign that for today, so hopefully you do that. And so each of our books this week will go along with frogs, okay? So the first book I'm going to read you is Once There Was a Tadpole. Okay, here we go. Springtime is fun. There are many new things to look out for. I look out for frog spawn. The best place to look is in still water near a pond or a river bank. And he says, frog spawn is a special name for frog eggs. So, same thing as frog eggs, frog spawn, frog eggs. Each egg has a ball of jelly on the outside to protect it, and the eggs stick together. So there's a big group of frog spawn, or frog eggs. If they didn't, they wouldn't last very long, because if they were alone, the fish like to say, oh, yummy dinner, and they would eat them. My sister wants to take a little bit of frog spawn home, but we don't take it from the river, we take it from our friend's backyard pond. He says, weed, just a few eggs, and lots of pond water. After a few digs, we see a change. Each dot gets bigger and grows a little tail. So the dots kind of now have little tails. It wheels its tail very hard to push its way out of the jelly, and it eats some of the jelly too. The dot has become a tadpole. At first, the tadpole is just like a fish. It breathes underwater through little slits called gills. He says, yippee! But after 2 or 3 weeks, its gills disappear, and eventually the tadpole must swim to the surface to breathe in air, just like we do. Tadpoles need to eat in order to grow. They use their tiny lips and teeth to nibble on plants in the water. So there they are. They need plenty of food, and they also need clean water, warmth, and shade. When the tadpole's body is the size of a fat pea, 2 bumps appear on its sides, and soon these bumps grow into back legs. So there he is, and he's starting to get those little lumps, and oh my goodness, all of a sudden he has legs. Then 2 more bumps appear, and guess what these will grow into? Front legs. I'm so clever. Pretty amazing. Now the tadpole is changing quickly. First its tail gets shorter, and its eyes start to bulge, and its mouth gets wider. It starts to eat insects and little worms. 12 weeks after hatching, the tadpole's tail has vanished altogether. It looks like a little frog, and now it's called a froglet. Okay? He says, it's time to put you back. The froglet begins to climb out of the water and spend time on dry land. And after about 3 years, it has finished growing. So that's pretty crazy. It takes the frog 3 years to finish growing. Now it's an adult frog. In the spring, the adult frog looks for a mate, and he croaks to get the female's attention. He's not the only one, so they're all doing it because they want to make eggs. And the female frog lays her eggs in a safe place in the water, and the male frog fertilizes them. So similar to what a chicken has to do, a rooster has to do. So the chicken lays the egg, and then the rooster has to fertilize the egg. And if it's not fertilized, it can't have a baby. So same thing with frogs. So there's a similarity there. Next spring, we'll go looking for frog spawn again, and the frog spawn will hatch into tadpoles again, and the tadpoles will change into frogs again. And it's a life cycle. So like we learned about the life cycle of a chick, now we're learning about the life cycle of a frog. A life story that goes around and around over and over again. The end. Okay, so just to review, the frogs start as an egg, and then they are a tadpole. They hatch and they're a tadpole, and then they start to get their back legs and then their front legs, and so they're a froglet, and it takes them 3 years to grow into a frog. Okay, guys, so similar to what we would do in the classroom, we would then do, well, we count our book, which we haven't been getting to do, darn it. And then we do calendar, which again, we can't really do, but we can sing some of our morning songs. So starting with our seasons, let's do our seasons, okay? So do them with me, even though we're not together. Ready? We have winter, spring, summer, and fall, okay? And how many seasons are there? I should hear 4. And now our days of the week. Ready? Days of the week. 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 Well, there's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Zoot thought I was snapping for him because he gets snapped at sometimes. Go lay down. Shoo shoo. How many days are in a week? I should hear 7. 7 days in a week. So remember, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay? Now, how about our month arena? Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Hey, month arena. And how many months are in a year? I should hear 12. 12 months in a year. Okay, you guys, 2 more things. Let's count by our 10s, okay? So ready? Starting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And the one we were starting to work on before the shutdown happened was counting by 5, so kind of a newer one. Okay, ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, you guys, that's a wrap for our morning routine. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow for our next morning book. It'll be another frog book. Okay, see you later.